I feel like we have a lot of people that watch the show or listen to the show, whatever, that are fans of yours.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to look back at your career, if you want to describe it, what do you think you did right that you didn't realize at the time you were doing?
That's a very good question. Damn, good question. Did you bring any good questions? What's the storyline of the NBA this year? I would say, I know, I like this. That's why I love JJ. I would say the one thing, and you guys do a really good job at this too, and I think anyone who wants to get into this world, it's very hard right now. It's very cluttered. Just being consistent with what you put out there is something that seems very easy, but gets lost by a lot of people. So, hey, every single day you're going to wake up, you're going to see me produce this, this, and this. Whether, started as blogging, moved to podcasting. It's like PFT and I, we've never, outside of like the holidays, you know what I mean? Like Labor Day, and like we don't miss shows. You know what I mean? There's never a show that we're like, hey, we're not feeling it. No. We do the shows. Like even when we go on vacation, all right, what can we bank that we can put out while we're on vacation? And having that like consistency, always being there for people, I think makes you part of their routine and then makes it bigger than it, I could ever imagine. So I would say the consistency.
I love that answer because I'm sure, Tommy, you get asked this question too, about how do you make a podcast good? And I'm
right.
Like, you just got to do it.
Do it.
Over and over and over again. Your listeners knew they would wake up this morning and on their commute to work, you would have put out a podcast about yesterday's NFL games.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, kudos to you for doing it at 3 a.m. You're better than we are.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're better
that.
than we are. That's why your podcast is way better than ours. More successful.
That's not true. You guys are good. You guys are really good. But no, that being consistent for the people who want to listen, and there's shows that aren't the best. There's interviews that aren't the best. It's all goes ebbs and flows. You can't be the funniest, best, most insightful podcast, episode every single time, but just being consistent and saying like, hey, here's what we got. We're going to put our effort into it. We're going to enjoy what we do. Has, made it, helped us get to where we are today. Because a lot of people try to start a podcast and they're like, all right, I tell my best story, episode 1. Now what?
Yeah. Well, that's something I think about all the time with podcasting, which is basically, if you told me I had to make 20 shows we had to make 20 shows in a year, we'd put out 20 bangers.
Right.
20 classics.
Right.
And we can't put out 20 shows. We have to put out 1 a week at least, plus our Old Man and the Three Things. So basically 2 a week, every week.
Yeah.
Week after week after week, year after year. There's no other way to do it. You can't build an audience that way. I tried to do it at The Ringer, doing 20 to 25 a year, and it's impossible.
Right.
You can't build an audience.
You have to be part of people's lives.
Yeah.
And you have to be, people have to, that's the other part, is just knowing that people view you as a friend, even though you don't know them. And I take that very seriously. And I also I try not to, I never try to take advantage of the fact that people are investing their time in listening to me talk, a guy who's, objectively pretty stupid. And I don't take that for granted. So yeah, I'd say that too, where it's like knowing that people are investing their time in listening and consuming your content, and making sure that you put in the effort and are always showing up for them.
I also will say what makes you guys so great is the three of you are exactly the same people.
Yeah.
At the show.
Yeah,
You're not acting. You don't come on and put on this performance voice like so many people on TV do. It's literally just the energy you have when you start taping is the exact same energy off.
Yeah, we oftentimes have to be like, all right, stop talking to each other, save for the show, because we'll just start doing the show as we're sitting there and watching games. So yeah, no, that is true. And just remembering that at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing that's, at least for Pardon My Take, is just remembering that sports are supposed to be fun. People take sports there's way too many people who take sports way too seriously. And even the back and forth joking about college basketball, NBA, people get actually upset that someone would say that they want to watch a college basketball game over an NBA game. It's sports are fun. You can like it all. It's okay. We all enjoy it. And don't take it too seriously. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm on a plane and somebody, is like, hey, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, well, I work in media now, but I used to play in the NBA or whatever. I I don't really follow the NBA. I'm a hockey guy. Like I don't take offense. Like great, like good. I'm glad you found a sport that you like. That's awesome.
But people get legitimately upset about it. They legitimately get upset about it. So yeah, I think just always realizing that life is hard enough that you shouldn't take things too seriously. A lot of people cover sports now and take it way too seriously. Has been big for us.
Love that. As always, thank you for listening to the show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Wondery, wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate you guys.